right, so update number one being the Blood Moon update is finally here. We've got ourselves a lot of things to go over, so we're going to waste no time, get right into this. If you enjoy it and it helps you out, make sure to drop a like, subscribe to the channel. We're going to be doing this every single week. So let's go ahead and get started with this. Now, let's obviously begin with the elephant in the room here, and that is, of course, the Blood Moon event. This, at the current state of the game right now, has gone through quite the amount of changes in the last hour or two, but the most updated information is that it is going to be available every single 4 hours. As of the time that you guys are seeing this video, the next one will be at 6 p.m. Eastern time, and then moving forward from that point onwards, it will be every 4 hours. The footage that you're watching in the background right now is from my live stream, and this is what it looks like when the Blood Moon is active. So basically, you have an increased 20% chance of being able to dig up clawed mutation stuff, but besides that, you also have a dire wolf that spawns into the game. This specifically spawns right in the entrance of Cinder Cavern, as you can see right here. Unfortunately, I didn't really get to do enough damage because I was swapping stuff around and trying to get a screenshot for thumbnail. Plus, we had an entire server full of people. But I'm going to show you guys what the rewards are as well as the stats. As you can see, this boss has 55,000 HP, and the attacks are, for the most part, kind of sporadic. If your entire sort of like party splits up into different angles, he does sort of like rotate specifically to whoever it is that he's attacking. So what I'm trying to say is that it's kind of like a directional attack. So just sort of keep that in mind. Now, as you can see right here, this is all the rewards that you're going to be able to get from Blood Moon. Huge shout out to Dragon Master. He was able to get his hand on every single one of the new things. But as you can see, this is the shovel that you get as a reward from defeating the dire wolf. It is called the Fanged Shovel. Control is 4, Strength 4, Haste 5, with luck at 15. Its passive says this shovel's strength is doubled during a Blood Moon, and items have a 25% chance to be clawed. Additionally, that shovel actually has a skin that you can unlock, which if we open up our journal, you'll notice that there is a brand new limited items tab at the top. If you click on that, this will show you a bunch of brand new things. There's actually a really easy way to complete this entire thing, which I will show you in just a second. But as soon as you go ahead and complete this entire journal, which do keep in mind that you need to get 2 things from that boss, and unfortunately the boss only spawns 1 time every single Blood Moon. As you can see right here, when you complete it, you will receive a title called Evil. You will also get a Demon Forge skin for that Fanged Shovel that you get as a reward from the dire wolf. If you're lucky enough to get it, it's a 20% chance. And then on top of that, you also get the Pebble Foe charm. These are the stats of the Pebble Foe. It's a strength focused charm. And on top of that, it also has sort of like a funny little passive. It says Pebble Foe will down talk everything you do. So yeah, it does exactly what you think it does. It pretty much just says really funny things every single time that you pretty much do anything in the game. So it's kind of like having a pet. As for the Demon Forge skin that you get for that Fanged Shovel, this is what it looks like. It's actually kind of cool. Sort of has like this Demigorgon head kind of thing going on at the bottom. I don't know. It's interesting. It is a divine rarity for the skin. But overall, for the most part, that is everything that you're going to be getting in the aspect of Blood Moon. There is technically only one other thing, and that is this charm right here called Dire Claws. During a Blood Moon, if you go ahead and dig pretty much anywhere, there is a slim chance that you go ahead and actually dig this up as an additional piece to whatever it is that you're digging. So just sort of be on the lookout for that pop-up that says you obtained a Dire Claw. Keep in mind, you cannot use the chisel on this, so whatever you get is what you get. The passive ability on this says attacking bosses has a 15% chance to scratch them, dealing an additional 20 to 40 damage to the boss. So it's pretty good. Kind of an interesting thing. A lot of the different charms that were added for this update are sort of like boss damage focused, which we do have a lot of them to go over. But as mentioned before, we're back over here on my stream footage because there actually is a quick way to complete this entire sort of like Blood Moon journal. So basically, during a Blood Moon, there's an NPC that spawns at Foxtown. So if you notice, right now, I'm jumping in my vehicle, I'm heading over to Foxtown, and when we arrive there, right next to sort of like the bank area in front of the fountain, you're gonna find this new NPC with a stall. There's a lot of people in my server, so unfortunately, I can't really see it, but you guys get the idea. He sells the Blood Moon chest for 700 cash each. So you can pretty much buy these infinitely and open as many as you want. Literally, if you notice in my stream, all of us were spam buying these, and literally within, I don't know, maybe like 5 minutes, a boatload of us literally completed the entire journal. It was super fast, easy, kind of expensive, not gonna lie. I believe some of us spent anywhere between like 100k all the way up to 500k. So yes, this is more of a method for those of you that maybe took part in the entire, spider farming or basilisk farming, but definitely something that you want to keep in mind so that way you can go ahead and get done with that journal quick. So now that we've pretty much gotten all of that blood moon stuff out of the way, let's talk about other things that were added, such as the traveling merchant. This guy right here got himself a nice little overhaul because in total there is 8 brand new charms in here with 1 brand new shovel as well. Which, as a matter of fact, if we come in here right now, the shovel is actually available right this very second. If you notice, it is called the Beast Slayer and it's worth 400,000 cash. At first glance, there's nothing really too crazy going on here, especially if you're looking at the stats sort of like right here inside of the merchant stall. 3.75 control, 6.5 strength, 8 haste, 15 luck. Not really all that crazy, right? Except when you pull it up over here, for starters, it says strong hits against bosses can summon a laser dealing a bonus half of your total boss damage. So now your question is, well, how much boss damage does this do? It does 100 boss damage, meaning that this is now the best shovel to use in the entire game when it comes to fighting bosses. This is what it looks like right here, man. Very, very sick looking shovel. I'm actually really happy that I was able to get my hands on it. It literally makes the boss fight so easy. Using this, as long as you're locked in, there is zero chance that you're never not going to do enough damage. But now some of you might be wondering, what are the additional charms that are available inside of a traveling merchant? And we're pretty much going to start from common, leading our way all the way up. So if you notice right here, we've got lantern. Very straightforward, just goes ahead and gives you a +1 on the light source. Next, we have the Pebble Pal. This one just goes ahead and gives you control, as well as the Cheerleader passive, which does the complete opposite of the pet that I told you that you get from completing the journal. It says Pebble Pal will cheer you on. So this one just goes ahead and it's a pet that's on your back. As you can see right here, he's actually on your shoulder and he just says really nice things as you're digging around. Next up, we have the Dire Claws, which I already spoke about. Then we have the Magnet on a Stick. This one says you have a 15% chance to dig up loot, things like crates and tomes like that. So it's really, really useful. I would imagine that if you mix this in with, for example, like a magnet shovel, it would be even more useful. So keep that in mind. Next up, we have the Vat of Dye. No stats on this, but the passive is 45% chance to turn items red, blue, or green. Next, we've got the Spiky Barrel. This one is kind of interesting. It is scarce rarity, but straight down the entire row here, we're looking at boss damage and a passive called Thorns that says getting hit by a boss will attack them back with half the attack damage of whatever they inflict on you. So it's very, very decent. Haven't really used it in actual combat, but in writing and based off of the stats here, it sounds like it could be a pretty decent runner-up for some of the boss builds. Next up, Ninja Headband is not a part of this, but it did get quite a nice amount of buffs, sort of a couple of nerfs here and there as well. But the reason why I am mentioning it is because if we come over here and look at the Beast Slayer once again, there is a arm synergy for this one. And if you have the Ninja Headband equipped while also using the Beast Slayer, you get +1 control, +2 haste, and +15 boss damage, which is insane. Either way, next up, we've got the Strong Lantern. This one also gives you +1 on the light source. The only difference is that it does give you carry load. Next, we've got the legendary Heart Monitor. It says endurance for both of them, which I have gone ahead and shown you guys here that you can stack it up a total of 3 times. And the passive is called BPM. Missing a hit will punish much less. This is really, really good if you're running an endurance build. That way you don't have prismatic incidents like how I did twice during my live stream. Next one on the list here is Golden Heart. This one is also a legendary, which I like to point out that you can go ahead and double stack this. The passive on it is Legendary Determination. Legendary items drain 40% less health. Now we've got ourselves Boss Apparatus, another brand new piece that you can go ahead and add to your boss builds, but keep in mind this one doesn't have a passive, nor is it a synergy for any of the shovels. We've got Energy Apparatus that has now been bumped up to a legendary from scarce. but unfortunately, it looks like it still only does double stack strength. Now we're getting into the mythicals. We've got ourselves momentum bands. This one is haste focused with a passive ability called momentum. Gain 0.7 control every hit. Control gain is less while fighting bosses. And that is pretty much every single one of the new charms that you can get from inside of the traveling merchant. Now let's get into sort of some of the unfortunate side to all of this, and that is that there is a brand new rarity inside of your journal. If you go to entries like Fern Hill, for example, and you scroll down to the bottom over here, you'll notice that there is now a prismatic item that was added to a lot of these journals. So unfortunately, if you weren't done with your journal, then that means that now it has become a little bit harder for you. The only good thing is that they have also added a bunch of brand new magnets. So if you notice right up here, I have Crimson Steel Magnet. This will go ahead and increase your divine chances. There's also one for mythicals. There's now one for scarce, and just a bunch of different other ones, unusual as well, common as well. Lots of brand new magnets that will help out with completing that journal, but just the unfortunate side is that there is now a prismatic that you have to chase after. This is a good time to also let you guys know that there is 2 brand new codes. There's Blood Moon, which you can go ahead and redeem. I've already used it. And there's another one. As of the time that I'm recording this, I don't know if they're going to disable it later on, but it is called I Survived, and it actually gives you some really good stuff, including plus 10 luck for a total of like 1 hour. I'll be migrating servers in 20 minutes to make sure all servers have the new bug fixes and changes. I'll spawn an admin event after. Oh, sick. Perfect timing. Well, this is great. But now let's ruin the mood again, because I'm going to show you guys something else that was changed for this update. Now we've arrived to the unfortunate portion of this video, and that is all of the changes that have been made to the bosses. Now, at first, they were really unfortunate, but now not so much. For starters, if we come inside of here, all of the horns have had their prices changed now. Starting over here with the spider, it is now 60,000. Moving down to Basilisk, 55,000. Candlelight Phantom, 45,000. And the King Crab at 25,000. The unfortunate reality is that at first, when this update dropped, there was basically a universal cooldown for any boss inside of the server to only spawn every single 15 minutes. So basically, you weren't allowed to use a horn unless that 15-minute cooldown was over. Then they dropped it down to 10 minutes, and now I believe it is currently at 7 minutes for Spider and 3 minutes for every single other one. Now, the only other thing that we're really missing here is going to be the observation area. There isn't really anything going on over there, if I'm going to be completely honest with you. There really is no point for me to even show it to you, but I am going to go ahead and show it to you, but I just remembered one other thing. This shovel right here, being the rock splitter, is another shovel that was just added with this update. It's only 50,000 cash, isn't really the most craziest thing in the world, but I'm going to show you guys in case you are interested in getting your hands on it. Maybe you're a collector, maybe you just like, I don't know, having every single shovel in the game, but it is located over here in Cinder's Cavern. So we do have to take the elevator down, unfortunately. So let's go ahead and make our way down there. As soon as the elevator goes down, you will go ahead and exit, and literally not too far right out of the exit, you'll find it right here for 50,000 cash. Pretty straightforward, not really anything too crazy. Now for this final and next portion, as I was mentioning before, it is the observation area. This is only available for those of you that can go to the second island. So if you can't, unfortunately, you will have to miss out on this. But basically, let's go ahead and take our ferry here, 3,000 cash. As soon as you arrive to the island, we're basically going to travel all the way to the very end just before you make it to Alona. For that, it's pretty straightforward. You just follow the path all the way around. It is quite literally impossible to get lost, considering it is pretty much a straight shot there. As soon as you get to about this point here, you're going to make a left-hand turn, and then you will arrive to this little section right here. Just go ahead and jump out of your vehicle. You are going to probably end up needing either some type of double jump to make your life a little bit easier, or I guess you could technically take the ladders, but this is going to take forever, bro. Personally, I like to switch over to my double jump stuff, which is right over here, and then you just travel around all through these little paths that you'll see right here. Climb up the ladders, continue going up. You literally cannot get lost, and then you will arrive to this little section here. Now, the observation area really serves no purpose right now. To my understanding, this is literally just a house with a dude and his daughter that allow you to use their telescope so you can see the moon a lot bigger. That's pretty much everything that's going on here. There could be more to this. It could be more of a secret, but as of the time of recording this video, nothing has been found. So take it as you will. But besides that, that is pretty much everything for the Blood Moon update. Hopefully you guys went and enjoyed it. I'm sorry this video came out so late. Those of you that were there for the live stream, you probably ended up learning everything at the same pace as I did. I would try my very best for the next update to have everything a little bit sooner for you. But with that being said, I will see you guys in the next video. Take care.